I, 29F, found out my STBH, 26M, has been AWOL and we are supposed to get married in 30 days. So, I suppose we are here. I, 29F, found out about 30-ish days before our destination wedding when my 26 meters fiancé confessed he went AWOL from the military. We've been together for about 6 years and he supposedly transitioned out about 6 months into our relationship. Obviously this is like a nuke went off in the baby ward of the hospital. Like, how do I even cope or process? So he confessed to me that he just left, and that if we file for our marriage license, he can get caught. Reddit. What do I do? Obviously I know that leave him comments are ready. But I want to know what a person can do before finally admitting defeat. I feel like there is one road to fix this horrible mistake. And I feel like I wouldn't forgive myself if I didn't try to pursue it. He obviously will have to prove to me his trust and commitment. But is there a way to save this relationship? I'm numb to my feelings because I am now scrambling to cancel everything. So far full refunds, so I guess that's a win. So call a recruiter and get it sorted out. What's his current plan? Just to hide forever? Jesus. Face the problem and fix it. There may not even be a need to cancel everything. Oops. Sorry. Honey. We can't get married after all because. Thinks quickly I'm AWOL. Yeah, that's right. AWOL. I just kinda left so. Now the government is hunting me, and despite living a completely normal life out in the open, working a job and paying taxes and car registration for like 6 years, this one tiny legal filing will absolutely be the straw that puts me in the gulag forever. He is lying. So he bails from the military. That means he can't marry you. Acknowledge that fact first. So in essence his proposal and the planning all meant nothing. Because he actually cannot marry you. That's not actually your biggest problem. As embarrassing as that is. Planning a non-wedding. Nope. Having to embarrassingly cancel everything with some bogus excuse. The bigger question is why he carried a lie that had to come out for over 5 years? You have to ask, what else has he lied about? Sorry, but that's the biggest question you need to ask yourself. He knew he couldn't marry you. Knowing if he did he would end up in trouble. Let you merrily plan this whole shebang, and with less than a month to go he has to say, well, sorry. I lied for 5.5 years. Sorry we planned this. But, Houston, we have a problem. He had 5.5 years to see a psychologist and get some sort of mental health PTSD or whatever diagnosis that he snapped. Get out of jail card. But he didn't. He had 5.5 years to find a way out of his extremely poor decision-making skills. But nope. He doubled down with this supposed wedding. A person who actually loved you would not have lied. Proposed. Let you plan and organize a wedding that he knew he would not follow through with. This shows to wasn't just a youthful mistake going AWOL. No. It shows he is still a liar who is immature with poor decision-making skills. I am not sure why you are prepared to try to stay with an immature, reckless liar, but sure. You go for it. No one else would put up with that nonsense. Edit. I would probably get an investigator to look into him if I was still planning on staying with him. ROFL, you might find he has a wife or kids somewhere else he was running from. How is it the military hasn't tracked him down in the last 6 years? Did he change his name? Hasn't gotten a driver's license in the last 6 years? Hasn't filed a tax return? You'd be foolish to proceed with this wedding. But it looks like it's not up to you. He's pulling out all the stops to make sure you don't. We can't get married 'cause the army will find me when we file the certificate is certainly one of the more creative things I've read a man tell his partner on this sub. Look, there is no good outcome here. He's lying to you either way. Cut your losses. Get STD tested and spend some time reflecting on why you think you deserve to end up with a man like this. I don't know you and I want better for you. Sounds like an excuse to dodge the marriage. On the list of things he could do that would cause him to get caught, filing a marriage license isn't in the top 100. Another technicality. After 30 days it's no longer AWOL. It's desertion. At least in the US. He needs to go ahead and get it sorted out instead of hiding his whole life. If it was 6 years ago, it was a wartime desertion. It looks really bad on paper since the maximum punishment for that is death. But the last person to be executed for desertion from the US military was in 1945. And the current administration is more likely to be lenient, especially if he turns himself in. Baby girl, just tell him you don't want to get married because he clearly doesn't. If he's lying about being AWOL, ain't no tellin' what else he's lying about, and I wouldn't want to marry him after that. Ain't no way the military ain't flagged him in all them years unless he stay inside 24/7. He ain't got a job, house, credit, car, bank, ACCT, driver's license, never been to the got a speeding ticket or even called his parents. If he has any of those things but telling you he can't file for a marriage license, just give him his ring back and play a Lil Whitney Houston, "I'll always love you. You will be okay." Lying to you for 6 years about something this important? Yikes. Not a good sign. None of my business, I know, but still curious. And Op doesn't have to answer. Does he have a driver's license? Wouldn't they be able to track him down through the DMV as well? Destination weddings means you are flying there, correct? He likely doesn't have the proper IDs to fly either. You don't have to tell guests the truth, but you might want to inform them that they're welcome to travel to wherever the wedding is being held, but there won't be a wedding. Have him turn himself into the nearest base for whatever branch of service he is part of. It's most likely they'll just separate him under other than honorable conditions with a few months. And it'll be over. I had some experience dealing with similar people in my past service. Generally speaking, after more than a few months being AWOL, they'll just charge him with Article 86. Maybe more depending on the circumstances, like if he missed a deployment, and keep him on base on restriction for a bit while they get all the paperwork handled to separate, since once he shows back up they'll have to pay him and give medical care and such. It's generally considered a waste of resources and they'll want him out of service ASAP. Technically speaking, he could be kept for service, but it's unlikely given the length of desertion. Though he could push for that if he wanted. I saw it happen to someone I later considered a friend, where they were AWOL for a year but insisted to fulfill their contract. They basically got a slap on the wrist, demotion by a single rank, no restriction to barracks or pay taken, and went on and got honorably discharged 3.5 years later. This is wild. There's tons of posts about cheating, divorce, baby mama drama. Then there's this post, "I would be furious if I were you. So much time, so much money put into a wedding and such a huge lie. Does this not make him a criminal? You're about to marry a criminal." Sorry to ask the dumb questions, but does he have a job? I don't know what a marriage license would trigger that being in the system having a job wouldn't. I mean, that sounds pretty serious. Could it be a ploy to stop the wedding? Is there a way to verify? I'm sorry, but he has literally lied to you every day for the last 5.5 years. I can't help but wonder what else he has lied about. Why would you want to stay with someone who can so easily lie right to your face? What's AWOL? This man, who is to be your life partner, has lied on a most fundamental level. Let that sink in. He is not even close to being who you thought you were signing up for. Not even close. All roads with him lead to regret. See what you can find in the National Archives military records. All you should need is his full name. DOB. An SS hash. https www.archives.gov/research/military. Do a background check through your state's Department of Law Enforcement. Also check the county clerk's records of all the counties he's lived in. Make sure you're on the official governmental organization sites for all of these. There are many pay sites that look really sneaky and claim record searches are free, but want you to pay to look at them. The only legitimate government one that might cost money is the state background check. But it shouldn't be much. Either this man is already married and can't legally get married again and came up with this elaborate story, or he's really stupid. Why would he even propose? What a wild situation to put you in. And to watch you plan the wedding. Ew. You deserve so much more.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.